Hi guys, it's Joe, and welcome to Games for Tea, where you're invited to join me for some gamer realness while having some games to watch along with the tea we're serving. So I've had the weirdest day today. I discovered that a spider's nest had hatched in my bathroom while I was taking a shower. I swear to God, it was like some sort of horror movie. It was awful. There were baby spiders literally all over my bathroom ceiling, which individually would have been quite cute, because I don't ordinarily have a problem with spiders, but not in large volumes. It was like arachnophobia. I was terrified. I proper freaked out while I was in the shower. But I was a big man about it, unlike my father, who I called straight after, my partner, who I called, and one of my close friends, and dealt with cleaning them out of the bathroom all by myself. But suffice to say, I don't think I'll be wanting to use my own bathroom for a little while, so if anyone doesn't mind me showering at theirs, that would be great. I've not long bought Rise of the Tomb Raider, so I haven't had a huge amount of time with the game, but I'm really enjoying it. The scenery in this game is breathtaking. From the snow that sort of crushes under your feet, to the expanse of the mountains that you're climbing, everything just looks stunning. And Lara is an extraordinary character that's played by the lovely Camilla Luddington, who has her down to a T. The voice acting is perfect. The lip syncing still surprises me now. It's just so well made and professional, and I'm loving it. And as a character, Lara feels like someone that's just really grown since the previous game, and has gone from this scrambling survivor to the Tomb Raider that we always knew, but she's kind of still in that middle ground where she's still kind of vulnerable, but she's getting to that stage, and it's really cool to see that kind of character development that kind of links the old with the new. I mean, in this video, I'm about 2 hours into the game, so there's no heavy spoilers or anything. It's just a little bit of exploration, a little bit of the combat, but the load times in this game are a little on the long side, so I've cut those down in editing just a touch. I do own an Xbox One, as is obvious from the fact that I'm playing Tomb Raider, but honestly, had it come out on PS4, I probably would have bought it on that instead. I mean, it's inevitable that it's probably going to come out on a PS4 with some definitive edition, like the last one. But hey, I own all the different consoles because I hate missing out on exclusive games, particularly from franchises I like. So it wasn't a total waste buying the Xbox to begin with, despite the fact that before Tomb Raider, the only thing I'd really played on it was Killer Instinct. I've actually been told off by people for buying myself Tomb Raider and not Fallout 4. I mean, that's kind of hilarious. The level of fanaticism for this game, astounds me. It kind of makes me want to play the game, and make me not want to touch it with a barge pole. I'm sure Fallout's a fantastic game. I'm absolutely certain it is, but I quite simply just couldn't afford to buy both Fallout and Tomb Raider, and therefore chose the franchise I knew I'd want to play, rather than the one that I've never been previously invested in, but I'm curious about. It's a game that intrigues me, but that's primarily due to the buzz it's been getting rather than actually being excited for the game, so I didn't really want to invest a load of money into, especially money I can't afford to invest, into a game that I wasn't sure whether I'd like or not. I'm not the biggest fan of open world games, and as crazy as that sounds, because I kind of like being told what to do. You know, I think that open world games, they just give you way too much, and games are just too big now, and there are ones I like. The Witcher 3 was really good. The MMOs, I can't really speak to them, but they're obviously very popular. But it's all well and good having 25 billion side missions if you have the time to go through and finish them all. And I never really liked the aesthetic for Fallout 3, and I like my post-apocalyptic stuff, but I just couldn't really get on board with the browns and greys. But if somebody gave me Fallout 4 and said, hey, you should play this game, I would play it, but I just can't afford to buy a game that I'm just not that sure about. Like I said, I kind of like being told what to do. If I find that having that much to do is a chore, and if that makes me simple, well, so be it. And to be fair, given that I'm probably one of 3 people in the world that didn't buy Fallout 4, sure someone will finish it soon enough to be kind enough to lend me their copy once all the hype has died down a little bit. I'll be writing up a review for Tomb Raider in the coming days once I've had more time to sit and play it over at Dark World Gaming, which is a great website that I've been invited to do a couple of reviews for, so do go ahead and check them out. I'll leave a link to it in the description. I've done reviews for a couple of games like Disgaea 5, and I've done one for Binding of Isaac with Afterbirth. Speaking of Afterbirth, did you see the craziness that went into the recent patch? I mean, my god, I swear, Edmund McMillen is a creative genius. You know, taking an achievement thumbnail and just turning into what he did crazy. I mean, the story kind of starts with the unlock for the Lost character in the original in Rebirth was data mined after 109 hours, and people started to realise that perhaps Edmund McMillen didn't like that very much. And in Afterbirth, there were all these conspiracy theories about like all the ways that he's interacted with this 109 hours thing. And eventually, everyone kind of laughed it off and like, no, there's nothing there. But there was. And there was this achievement thumbnail that a Redditor drew an Imager link out of that led to a movie reference to The Lost Boys and a biblical reference that came together to form a specific point in the movie that gave away a real place on the Santa Cruz boardwalk, that somebody from Reddit went down and found a wanted poster for Isaac amongst a big bunch of these wanted posters. And that wanted poster had like a hidden telephone number on it that had a code for, and you had to figure out the code for it that was within the game. And it continues and it goes on and on and on. And then eventually it just gets to the point where people are digging up a figurine of one of the characters from Binding of Isaac outside this building that happens to have the number 109. And it leads to a Twitter account clue that eventually led to a new character being unlocked. I'm like, wow. How does that even start to happen? It's like one of those mad treasure hunts that you get when you're a kid and you're hunting down all the Christmas presents, and I love that kind of thing. I've always loved it as a kid. My dad used to do it for me and my brother when we were really little, and I miss it so much. But then I'm sitting there looking at this thinking, this is like that, but like kicked up to the nines, worldwide, which is just so awesome. If I ever get to meet Edmund McMillen, I would kiss him, because I just think the guy's a creative genius. I'm also super hype about the fact that Cloud has now been announced for Smash Bros, but not because I want to play Cloud. I'm really hyped that he's in it because of what it means for the franchise. I think that, you've got Capcom, you've got Sega, you've got, obviously, Nintendo, you've got Namco with Pac-Man, and now you have Square Enix with Cloud, and Cloud's never even been in a Nintendo game, unless you count Theatre Rhythm. But it makes me wonder about what they could announce next. Now, the only Japanese heavyweight developer I can think of that doesn't have a representative in Smash Bros. Now is Konami. Now, obviously, they had one in Brawl with Solid Snake. Whether they go back to Solid Snake or not, I don't know. But personally, I'm still hoping for Simon Belmont, because I'm a huge Castlevania nut, and I would not play anybody else. And I thought that was going to be the case with Ryu. I don't want to play Cloud because hipster mentality is going to have to kick in at some point, and you know that everyone and their mother is going to play Cloud. But the stage is sick. It's so awesome, and I can't wait to play the characters that I play on that. I'm also made aware more recently of a new advanced technique in Smash where you get up on the edge of a stage with certain characters, and you can get back up onto the corner with no lag whatsoever. So you can get up with, say, Pit, who is my main, and throw before your opponent has a chance to respond to anything. So I'm going to need to practice a ton of that, because it doesn't look easy. But trying to bridge the gap between Melee and 4, because I've tried to play Melee and I like the game, but the community just seems so toxic. I never hear good things about Melee players, and I want to. I'd love to sort of be able to sort of trash the stereotype that Melee kids are awful, but I've not met any that do it. So if you're a Melee player and you pride yourself on your community skills, then do hit me up, because I'd love to be proven wrong on this. Thanks again for watching Games for Tea. If you're interested in showing off some game footage of your own and dishing out some tea in your gamer life, then send me a message over on the Josepher Facebook page, or tweet me at Josepher. Near the end of the week, I will be posting up another card painting video for you guys to enjoy, so be sure to check that out, and subscribe to the channel if you want updates on paintings, current games, and of course, serving the tea. See you guys soon.
More Soviet propaganda.
Look, I'm on your side here.